I want to talk about Bourdain, and I'm obsessed with him. Like, as soon as I read, kind of one of the big inspirations for doing this podcast was when I read Kitchen Confidential. I think he's just a fucking legend, an all-time legend. I know you guys, I think he said St. John was his favourite restaurant in the world.
Best fucking fuck off fucking restaurant in the whole fucking world.
But I remember watching, I think it was on YouTube, like 2001, Bourdain, when he came to, did he do it twice with St. John, I think. Yeah, but one with the old school when he was like, literally was on TV, but he was smoking a ciggy, like, yeah, his earring in, like, much younger. And then I think he did one slightly old, like, later on with Jay Rayner. Talk to me about, like, the first day you met him, like, where was that? What did that feel like, if you can remember?
I can't remember. But he was Fergus's great friend. They got on so well. They were very connected. They just got it straight off. They were like... He's a very warm, funny, clever, brilliant guy. Very nervous as well.
Really?
Yeah, very nervous. We did a dinner at the Groucho once, and he would be asked a question, and he could take it and go, but at the same time his hands were shaking under the table.
Really?
He was quite shy. He was a very sensitive, lovely person. We adored him, and he adored... I mean, we went to New York and visited him when he was still cooking in his restaurant. We're all smoking like crazy. And then they brought in the no smoking law, and we're all still smoking. He's taking the fines.
Yeah.
And then it came that you couldn't smoke anymore. It was over.
Yeah.
But then we did all fight it a little bit in the beginning. A bit stupid, really.
Yeah.
But, you know, change is always difficult.
Yeah. Well, especially with his cigarettes. I remember when I went to New York, I went to light up a cigarette because you're not allowed to smoke on the rooftops and you're not allowed to drink outside. So I was like expecting to go out for a pint and a cig, and I was like, well, mate, you can't do this. Because not many people smoke in New York, in America versus here, I don't think.
No. Yeah.
It's which is
a good thing.
It's probably a good thing, but not as fun. So when you said him and Fergus and you guys, you just got it. What do you think it was? Because
I think it's just about an energy, and also it's about restaurants. You know, you speak the same language, you love the same things. You know, it's not complicated. I think it's quite base, like a drink or two, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's got something to do with it. Love a long lunch. You know, he liked a long lunch.
What do you think's better, lunch or dinner, like in your opinion?
Lunch.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. No, well, you've got more possibilities. I'm generally hungrier. And it can go on. It can go on.
Yeah, long.
Harder when you get older. But
That's long lunch. Everything's better.
Yeah.
What is it? The first bottle of wine's expensive. I think that's a quote. I think it's the first bottle of wine's expensive, but not as much as the second. Something like that.
Yeah.
But that's so. And then, what do you think? You said he's nervous. What other sides to him do you think people didn't really see versus, you know, what was in the book, what was on Hearts Unknown, what was on The Layover? Like, what was the other side?
I mean, I didn't know him really personally.
You didn't know him personally. It was more Fergus.
But it was more, I mean, he was a clever, sensitive, beautiful man that we all loved, and we would enjoy his company immensely. And he was fantastic. He's just great company, and we'd talk about restaurants, you know, and food, and you know, and then, I mean, he then obviously skyrocketed out of this world. But we met on the day, he interviewed me here on the day that we voted for Brexit. And I was, because I used to drive a black cab, and I wound down, I'd gone to sleep early and I didn't know what had happened. And I wound down and asked a passing person, so what happened? And he said, we voted for Brexit. I could not believe it. And then I saw Anthony that day, and I told him I was going to this restaurant, and I had to get a train at 12. I even got a motorbike to pick me up. And they're like, oh, Anthony won't get up at that time. I said, well, tell him. I can't believe I said that. I should have put all the stops out. Anyway, he was a darling as always. He's just sort of had it, didn't he? He was so gifted and gorgeous.
He just had the ability to just...
And a brilliant writer.
Such a good writer.
Effortless writer.
I think he talks about a pie in in Sydney, and he talks about like it being this volcano, and it's like the gravy's the lava, and it was just the most. It's like literally 3-4 sentences, but it's just so articulate and beautiful. And you look at this pie he's eating in Sydney, you're like, fucking hell, that's just so good. What would you? Maybe this is a hard question, so we don't have to go here. Like you're in the driving seat, but like, what would you, if you were to see him today, or like if he was to come here today, like what would you maybe say to him, or like what would you say to him, do you think?
Let's have lunch.
Yeah.
Fancy some lunch?
Yeah. What would you cook for him, do you think?
What would I cook for him? I think maybe give him a pie. Something soothing and loving. He needs lots of love.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, he needed lots of love.
Espressos is sponsored by supply chain software gurus Unleashed. It talks your e-com and accounting software. It's helped islands cut admin time in half, get granular clarity on your margins, know where your stock is, don't miss availability. Brands like Candy Kittens, Tiny Rebel and Trip all use Unleashed, and so should you.